creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to dive right into this background over here, but I just wanted to show you something. This is a very old, it's kind of a, I guess it's an art journal, but actually it started off just being a regular journal, like a diary type of situation where I would do a lot of writing. And then I started like painting over top of it. And as you can see, there's just a lot of writing incorporated here. And like over here, I just painted over top of it and just a lot of doodles. We were in the middle of moving. This was many years ago. And we were in the middle of moving. So this was just an easy way for me to not only write, but also just get out like, you know, just my creative juices when I didn't have a studio, when, you know, we were in transitions in our life, etc. And I just wanted to show you a couple of things. Like there are some things that I did that I really do love. Like I really am loving this situation here. It's not complete, but I'm just gonna bring it up closer. Like I'm really just loving that, and I'm thinking like maybe what I can do is cut out pieces of it and use it as collage, because this is kind of like a junky kind of a journal. It's just like I just put everything in here, and I just had a little pencil case with some like a little thing of Mod Podge, maybe some collage, junk mail, just very limited art supplies. And I would just journal, doodle, just get stuff out. And I think this is even gift wrap over here that I put down. And I'm really loving this piece over here too. Like, you know, it's just kind of a simple piece, but I'm really loving it. It just has a kind of a really like a gentle presence to her that I'm drawn to it. Yeah, so, you know, and this over here, I just love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. See, this over here is just some junk mail, as you can see. I think I actually managed to soak it in tea. And I remember this was right before we moved to Italy, so we were like living in temporary housing, and this is like part of another art journal of mine, and I cut it out. And this one is called Soul Keeper, and I just love it so much, you know. Anyways, the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because, you know, like look at this. This is just like, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm just making marks, I'm doodling, journaling, like writing. And yeah, there's just a lot of junk in here, probably just getting some stuff out. But, you know, out of all of this junk, there are a few pieces that I'm really loving. So my point is, you know, just keep on working, keep on doing whatever, even sometimes when things seem like, oh, it's just a whole bunch of junk and nothing's really happening and, oh, whatever. Yeah, out of all of that, you might get one or two things that you really love and are drawn to. And now I'm going to find a way that I can reuse it. Like I can cut up those pieces and I can incorporate it in a new art journal, or I can soak it in, you know, in my tea baths and use it as collage, or I can just cut it out and use it as collage as is. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. Anyways, for this over here, you guys, I was thinking, I was kind of in two minds. Like part of me wants to come in here, add some text, like just, you know, write, and maybe use my Posca markers. But then another part of me is like, I don't know if I want to do that right now. And what I'm envisioning is kind of an abstract type of still life. So I did do another series where I did a still life, but it was more painterly. And I think with this particular background, I'm kind of thinking maybe it's going to be more of an abstract kind of a still life. I don't know. Who knows what it's going to turn out to be. But anyways, what I'm envisioning is I'm just going to like totally just, I'm going to look at something on here and go, oh, I could turn this into whatever. So before I turn the camera on, I was looking, I really love this part over here. So it's just kind of an abstract kind of a part, but I'm really loving it, and I want to keep it if I can. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of turn this into like a bowl. And like I said, this is going to be, you know, an abstract still life. So that's kind of really good. I don't know if I've ever, oh, you know what? I have done abstract still lifes before. A long time ago. I did do a series of abstract still lifes, which I really loved. I completely forgot about it, actually. So I'm going to put the horizon line kind of low, because I want to keep this part, and that's going to be the bowl. Let me see here. So, I mean, I'm not going to put the horizon line like way low here, but I think I'm going to maybe like, I'm going to break it up into an uneven space. So I don't want to make it halfway across because that's not a good composition. So I kind of want to make it like, maybe that's going to be the horizon line over there. And so this would be the table. And then, because I do have a fixation with bowls and apples, I'm gonna make this into maybe 1 or 2 or 3 apples. And that would be good because I do have, you know, I do have red here, so that would work out. So, now, I guess because, let's see here, the red is up here, so I'm wondering, like, how can I, let's see here. So, and so I'm going to make another. Okay, you guys, so I am going to make the background a solid color, which is going to pain me because I don't want to cover up some of this like beautiful stuff, but I'm gonna have to, just because I can't keep everything. Sometimes I want to keep it, but I can't. So let's just see here. So it's kind of difficult to see what I'm doing, you guys, because there's so much busyness. And once I do the, you know, once I kind of do the background, it's confusing for me as well. But once I kind of like hone in on the background, let me see here. It's gonna like, tame things a little bit, I'm hoping. So let me see here. I don't know if I have the horizon line where I want it to be. Okay. So I think I'm just going to put in my background here. And okay. And right now I'm just kind of like, putting in my background so I can kind of get some clarity, because it's hard for me to kind of figure out like what's going on because it's so busy. So like once I like kind of soften the background up into one, like a solid, without all the distractions, and maybe I can kind of figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so that's gonna be the bowl. unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cover some of this up here. Okay. And you know what, you guys, because there's so much busyness going on, like in the apples and the bowl, because this is going to be kind of abstracted, it actually, you know, helps to have a solid background here, you know, like a kind of a calm place for the eye to rest. I don't know if I'm going to keep this particular color. I might gray it down a little bit, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. It might work. I don't know. There's a lot of I don't knows in painting. It's good to get familiar with the I don't knows and not knowing where it's going to go and what you're doing and all of those things. Okay. And now for the bottom, I am gonna grade that down. Yeah, I am gonna grade that down. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of blocking things in just so I can kind of see what's going on, because like I said, this is really busy. So I need to kind of like, in this particular video, I was like, okay, I blocked in the apples. This is apple number 1, apple number 2. This is the bowl. This is the background. This is the table. So that's you know, a lot of kind of just blocking in. So I'm not really working on the actual painting per se. I'm just kind of like trying to be able to figure things out. And if you've ever watched when I paint in Connie Solera's Painting the Feminine art journal, I have on numerous occasions mentioned how she can have a busy background and a busy foreground. Like her figures can be really busy and then her background can be really busy, and it all seems to work like effortlessly. I cannot do that. I've tried to do it, especially in her Painting the Feminine art journal, and it is just like it scrambles up my brain. And like I can't differentiate. Like I need like if the say apples are the apples in the bowl, the objects in the still life, if they are busy, then I need the background to be kind of tame, and vice versa. If everything's too busy, I really can't kind of figure it out. I can't see what's really going on. It muddles up my brain. And maybe that's just the way I am. Maybe that's just kind of the way it goes. I don't know. Yeah, but anyways. Okay. So I'm not getting the, you know, the top part of the bowl and everything. I'm not really honing in on the accuracy of it. I'm just kind of trying to calm things down and just go, okay, you know, this is where this is where that is, etc. For now. When I come back, I can kind of tighten things up a little bit. So the shape of the bowl, yeah, like, you know, it's just all a little bit kind of loosey-goosey, and that's okay. Okay. Okay, you guys, so I am going to allow this to completely dry, and then I'm going to come back and see, okay, what's going on, what do I want to do, etc. So I'll bring this up closer, and just so you can see, it's just, you know, I don't know if you can see the Stabilo. So that's apple number 1 right there. And then I blocked in apple number 2 over there. And this is going to be my bowl. It's kind of like an abstract still life. So we will see where it goes. I'm going to see, I used to do these really big, I used to paint really large canvases like many years ago. And I took photographs of my paintings, so I'm going to try to see if I can find those photographs and I can show you some of my abstract still lifes that I used to do. So anyways, you guys, if you've watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.